Hi yogis. Today I'm going to be providing a practice for all my fellow runners out there. I hope you like it. I am in the middle of a thunderstorm here right now in Okinawa, so all my runner friends out there, please be careful. Wait till after the thunderstorm is over. We're officially in rainy season here in Okinawa, so we just got to get out there when we can and be careful. So let's begin on our mats. We're going to begin actually in Shavasana, or a modified Shavasana, half Shavasana. So lie down on your backs, knees bent, and allow your knees to come together, just resting together, palms facing up, and close your eyes and relax. And feel the earth beneath you. Know that it's there supporting you. Notice how you're feeling, how your body feels, how your emotions are right now. How is the temperature? Are you feeling warm or a little cold? Do you feel areas of tightness or tension? Notice your breath. Perhaps your inhales are getting longer and deeper, and your exhales are more complete. Try to stay in the present moment here, bringing your attention inward, not worrying about what's going on outside. If you're with me here in Okinawa during rainy season, don't worry about the rain right now. Don't worry about what happened yesterday or what might happen tomorrow. Be here with me now. There will always be other chances to run. Okay, you can go ahead and open your eyes and stretch your legs out onto the mat. Then bring your right knee up to your chest and give it a good hug. And bring your nose up to your knee, curl it in, and lower back down. And bring your knee to the outside of your body, closer to your right armpit. Just a wider stretch here. And then raise your right leg up into the air. You can straighten your right leg as much as you want. You can keep a nice bend there, or straighten it up all the way if you like, if that feels good to you. And then go ahead and rotate your ankle clockwise, stretching your ankle here, and then switching directions, going counterclockwise. Do you hear the thunder? And then point your foot, and then flex, and point, and flex, and point, and flex. Maybe straighten your leg a little bit more, maybe pulling it a little bit closer to your chest, but nice and gentle here. And then bend your knee again, hug it back to your chest. And bring your right arm out to your side and use your left hand to pull your right knee over to the left side of your body and gaze out over your right fingertips for a lying spinal twist. Hold it here for a few breaths. Nice and gentle. And breathe. Coming back to center. Hug your right knee back into your chest one more time. And then let's go ahead and switch sides. Bring your right leg down and your left knee up to your chest and give it a nice hug. Bring your nose up to meet your knee. Curl it in. And lower your head down. Maybe bring that left knee out to the side a little bit, closer to your left armpit. Just a bit wider stretch here. And then raise your left leg up into the air, grasping behind your left thigh. Again, as straight as you want, or bent. You can use a bent leg here if this feels better to you. Then rotate your ankle clockwise a few times. And then switching directions counterclockwise a few times. And then point your foot and flex and point and flex and point and flex. One more time, point and flex. Then maybe straighten your leg a little bit more, maybe bringing it a little bit closer to your chest. Again, being very gentle here. And pulling your left knee into your chest one more time. And then we'll do that spinal twist. So bring your left arm out to your side. Use your right hand to pull your left knee over to the right side of your body and gaze out over your left fingertips. Lying spinal twist. Hold it here just for 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Then bring that knee back into your chest. More time. And then go ahead and lower that down. Okay, we're going to do a figure 4 stretch now. So go ahead and bend your left knee, putting your left foot on the mat. And then bring your right shin to your left knee. And then make sure that right knee is rotated away from your face. And then bring your left knee closer to your chest, grasping behind either your left thigh or your left shin. Head and shoulders should be on the mat. You feel a very intense hip stretch here on your right side. Flex your right foot. This may be very uncomfortable for some of you. This is a great stretch for runners though. It's one of my favorite stretches. Before or after a run, feels great to me. Hold it here for 2 more breaths. And go ahead and lower your left foot onto the mat, and then your right foot onto the mat, and we'll do the other side. So bring your left shin to your right knee, and then bring your right knee close to your chest. You can grasp behind your right thigh or your right shin, and again, that left knee should be rotated out away from your face. Figure 4 stretch. Oh, there's a lot of thunder right now. I don't know if you can hear it. It's very stormy and dark outside. I may have to turn some lights on. Hold it here for 2 more breaths. And go ahead and bring your right foot down to the mat, followed by your left foot. And we're going to do a bridge here. So go ahead and bring your heels closer to your glutes, maybe touching your fingertips. They don't have to touch, maybe, but come close to your fingertips. Your feet are about hip width apart, and just raise your hips up into the air. And then perhaps you'd like to shimmy your shoulders underneath you and clasp your hands together, maybe puffing out your chest a bit, really activating your glutes. You'll feel a good stretch in your quads, your hamstrings, and your glutes here. And we'll hold it here for 2 more breaths. And then go ahead and lower down gently. Bring your knees up to your chest and hug them both into your chest. And bring your nose up to your knees. Curl up into a little ball. And then lower down. And we're going to do legs up the wall. So if you want to, go ahead and move your mat to a wall now. If you don't have a wall handy, you can always use a block and elevate your hips with a block. But if you do have a wall and you can bring your mat to the wall, do so now. And then bring your glutes as close as you can to the wall. And then just bring your legs up the wall. This is legs up the wall. It's very relaxing, actually. It's a great restorative pose. I'd recommend this to anyone, not just runners. Anyone that needs a break during the day. If you have a yoga mat in your office, hopefully you have a wall in your office. You can just bring your legs up. Oh, I see lightning now too. We're just going to enjoy this legs up the wall just for a few more breaths. I really like this pose a lot. Okay, then go ahead and come out of this pose. And we're going to meet back onto our mats in a tabletop position. So we're going to do our cat-cow. So inhale and relax your belly and open up your heart into your cow pose. And exhale, push the mat away, curl your spine, look at your belly button into your cat. Inhaling into cow. Exhaling into cat. And just continue on, inhaling into your cows. Exhaling into your cat. Inhaling into cow. And exhaling into cat. And coming into stillness. Okay, we're going to do Sunbird here. So go ahead and bring your right foot back behind you and curl your toes onto the mat. And then let's just rock back and forth a few times here. And you get a nice calf stretch. Stretching your foot, your toes, your calf. Then lift your right leg up. And then if you'd like, you can also lift your left arm up, gazing out over your left fingertips into Sunbird. We'll hold it here for 2 more breaths. And flex your right foot. And then bring your left hand down. And then bring your right foot over to the left side of your mat. And then look over your left shoulder, looking back at your right foot back there. Let's hold this just for a few moments. Okay, we're going to be coming into cow face pose. So if you need your strap, you may want to grab that now. And we're going to do cow face pose, but just bend your left knee behind your right knee behind your left knee, and then you're sitting back onto your hips now. So your left knee is over your right knee. If this is uncomfortable, you can just do a cross-legged pose. And then bring your right arm up into the air, and then lower your right hand behind your head, and then bring your left arm behind you and grasp onto your right fingertips. And this is cow face pose. Again, if you need a strap, I'll show you what to do with a strap. Strap is really handy because your fingertips don't have to come together. You can have the strap to help you stretch your shoulders here. So you can just bring your hands up and down, stretching your shoulders. Coming into stillness. And then releasing that, releasing your arms, releasing your legs, and coming back into the tabletop position. And we'll do the other side. So this time, bring your left foot back behind you, curl your toes, and then rock back and forth. And get a nice stretch on your toes, on your left foot. Your calf. Hamstrings, and then raise your left leg up into the air, flexing your left foot, and if you'd like, bring your right arm up and gaze out over your right fingertips. This is Sunbird. Just hold it here for a few breaths. Lower your right hand, and then bring your left foot over to the right side of your mat and look over your right shoulder. And then we're going to do our cow face pose on the other side. So just bring your left knee down to the mat. and sit back. And this time your right knee is over your left knee. And we'll do the cow face pose on this side. So this time bring your left arm up over your head, bend your left elbow and bring your right hand behind you and grasp onto your left fingertips, sitting up straight. So much thunder out there today. It's a good day for yoga. Go ahead and release that. Maybe shake that out a bit. Release your legs. And we're coming into bound angle. So sitting down on your mat, bring the soles of your feet together in front of you. Legs falling out to the sides. And let's just butterfly our legs up and down here and getting a good stretch on your inner thighs. This is also a good place for a block. You can sit on the block to elevate your hips if you like. You can bring your heels as close as you want to your body. And your knees can go up and down as much as you want. But this is your practice. Every day our bodies can feel different, and every body is different. So what feels good for you today may not feel so good for you tomorrow, and vice versa. And then if you'd like, you can hinge forward at the hips, getting a deeper stretch here. And we'll just hold it for a few more breaths. And coming on up. And we're going to do a seated spinal twist. So bend your right knee and then bring your left knee over your right knee and then give it a hug. And then raise your right arm and bring it to the outside of your left knee. If that's too much, just keep hugging your right knee. You don't have to bring your right arm up. Just hug that left knee in and then twist to the left. Looking back behind you, looking over your left shoulder. For those of you that want a deeper twist, go ahead and raise your right arm, bring it to the outside of your left knee, and use that arm to help you with your twist. Seated spinal twist here. And breathe into it. Coming to center, and we'll do the other side. So this time your right knee goes over your left, hugging your right knee into your chest, and then twisting over and gazing out over your right shoulder. And again, for those of you that want a deeper twist, raise your left arm up into the air and bring it to the outside of your right knee, sitting up straight and looking out over your right shoulder. And coming back to center, coming back to tabletop position just momentarily, and let's sit back into child's pose. So any variation of child's pose you'd like. Your arms can be spread out in front of you, or maybe you want to reach back and grasp your heels to a little ball. And from here, We're going to come into downward facing dog. So go ahead and curl your toes and lift your hips up into the air. And this is our first downward dog of the day. So let's keep our knees generously bent here. Palms spread wide, arms are straight. Your chest is coming towards your thighs. And go ahead and pedal your feet here, bringing one heel down, followed by the other. Your ears are between your biceps. Maybe shake your head yes and no, releasing the tension on your neck. Downward dog is great for runners. Again, don't feel like you need to straighten your legs. You can keep them generously bent. Your heels do not have to come down to the mat. You can keep them up if you like, or press them down one at a time. Coming into stillness, look forward, and then bring your right foot up between your hands into a runner's lunge. So you're up on your fingertips here, your heart is open to the front, and let's just rock back and forth here. Again, you're getting a good stretch on your left foot, your left toes, left calf. This is why they call it runner's lunge, because runners love this stretch, right? Go ahead and lower your left knee and rise up into a low lunge. Place your hands on your hips and go ahead and lunge forward here, and you'll get a good stretch on your left hip flexor. Your toes can be curled here, your left toes, or they can, the top of your left foot can be down on the mat, whatever feels better for you. You want to arch back a little bit. If you'd like a little shoulder stretch here, you can bring your arms behind you, clasping your fingers together, rolling your shoulders down and back, and opening up your heart, looking up, lunging forward. Then breathe. And bring your hands back to the mat, and then raise your left knee up, and then step your right foot back, and we're coming back into our downward facing dog here. Maybe you're feeling a little more flexible here. Maybe your legs are a little bit straighter. Maybe your heels are coming a little bit closer to your mat. And then look forward and bring your left foot up between your hands, and we're going into a runner's lunge on this side. So rocking back and forth. Again, you're up on your fingertips, your heart is open to the front. You're rocking back and forth a few times, runner's lunge. And then bringing your right knee down to the mat and coming up into a low lunge, hands on hips, and lunge forward here. Feeling a nice stretch on the hip flexor, your right side this time. Again, your right toes can be curled, or the top of your right foot can be down on the mat. Whichever feels better for you. And if you want a shoulder stretch on this side, go ahead and bring your hands behind your back. Roll your shoulders down and back. Palms pressed together. Lunging forward. Arching back, looking up. Bring your hands down to your mat. Curl your right toes. Bring your right foot back to meet your left in downward facing dog. Enjoy this time, downward dog. Before we go into pigeon. So for pigeon, go ahead and raise your right foot up, right leg up into the air, and then bring it forward into pigeon pose. So for pigeon, your right shin can be parallel to the top of your mat, but it doesn't have to be. If it feels better for you to bring your heel closer to your groin, please do that. The top of your left foot is down on the mat. And let's stay up here for a bit. And let's gently bring it forward. Maybe coming down onto your forearms. Another good place for a block. You can use a block to elevate your hip here if you're having trouble with it, or use it to rest your head. Or come all the way down. And breathe. For any areas that feel especially tight, just breathe into them. Imagine your breath going to that area. Oh, lightning. Let's come back up. And this time, let's bring your right heel closer to your groin, and then bend your left leg. And go ahead and use your left hand to pull. Pull on your left leg. You'll feel a nice stretch here on your left side. And go ahead and release that. And we'll do pigeon on the other side. So go ahead and bring your right leg back, and your left leg comes up. Again, your right foot, top of your right foot is pressed down into the mat. And let's stay up here. Being a really intense stretch. Breathe into it. And when you're ready, go ahead and lower down gently. Again, you can use that block to rest your head. It's really going to help you prevent injuries, to recover after a hard run. Poses like this are very important to us, for those of us that run. Go ahead and coming up, bring your left heel closer to your groin area, and then bend your right leg this time. And reach back with your right hand and just pull it in gently. And release that. And come back into downward facing dog. That last downward dog of the practice. So enjoy it. Maybe you're feeling a little more flexible now. Maybe your chest is coming a little bit closer to your thighs. Make sure your palms are spread wide. Your ears between your biceps. And then walk your hands towards your feet, bending your knees here. Bending your knees and coming down into a Yogi Squat. So I'm going to come forward here so you can see me. Coming into your Yogi Squat. Chest is up, palms together at heart center. Use your elbows to press your knees apart, and let's rock back and forth. I know one runner in particular who loves this pose, and I do too. So we'll hold it here a bit. Okay, go ahead and release out of that. And then we're going to come to lie down on your right side. So right side of your body. Use your right arm as a pillow for your head. And then bend your left leg. Use your left hand to grasp onto the top of your left foot and get a nice quad stretch here. Keep your knees parallel here. Don't let your knee open out. Be gentle here. And from here, go ahead and hug your knee into your chest, just momentarily. And then grasp onto your left foot and go ahead and raise your left leg up into the air. And if this is too much, you can also lay all the way down. You don't have to be up. You can lay all the way down. And if that's too much, just bring your left knee up. Or if you like this stretch, go ahead and hold it here for just a couple more breaths. And then bend your left leg and roll over onto your bellies. And we're doing Sphinx Pose here. So your elbows are just beneath your shoulders. Your palms are pressing down into the mat. You're opening up your heart. And make this energetic by pulling your palms back towards your body and curling your heart open and getting a nice stretch here on your lower back. And lower all the way down. Bring your arms out at a T position to your body. And then bend your right leg and bring your right foot back behind you. And you'll get a nice stretch on your right shoulder here. Just a few more breaths. And go ahead and release that. And we'll do the other side. So again, arms at a T position to your body. And then bend your left leg, your right leg, and bring your right foot behind you, getting a good stretch this time on your left shoulder. And release that. And we're going to come onto the other side. So I'm going to switch sides so I'm facing you. This time we're lying on the left side of your body. Okay? Lying on your left side, you can use your left arm as a pillow and then bend your right knee, right leg, and grasp onto your right foot and get a nice quad stretch here. And then bring your right knee up to your chest, a nice little hug, grasping onto your right foot and raising that right foot up into the air. Feeling a little wobbly. Just a few more breaths here. And bend your right knee. And go ahead and roll over onto your stomach again. We're going back into Locust Pose. So your elbows are underneath your shoulders, palms spread wide on your mat. Tops of your feet are pressed into your mat. And then use your palms to pull your palms back towards your body. And then open up your heart. Getting a nice stretch in your back here. Go ahead and lower down and bring your arms out in front of you with your thumbs facing up. Raise your right leg and your left hand. Hold it here for just a breath and then lower and do the other side. So right hand, arm up, left leg up and hold it. And lower. Do that once again. Right leg, left arm. And lower. Right arm, left leg. And lower. And then bring your palms to about heart level. Palms spread wide on the mat. And this time we're going to do Grasshopper. It's like a half lotus. So bend your right leg and then bring your left leg up and balance it onto your right leg here. Oops, I got a cramp. Locust, looking up. And lower, and we'll do the other side. So bend your right leg and bring your left leg up to balance on it. Grasshopper. Oh, I got a cramp again. This worries me because I'm thinking if I'm getting a cramp, so are you. So let's go ahead and push back into Child's Pose. Let's do our knees spread wide here. Bringing our chest down to our mats. Forehead down and rest. And coming up to tabletop. Coming back down onto our backs. Bring your knees to your chest. Give them a good hug. Then bring your soles of your feet up into the air. And we're doing Happy Baby here. So you can grasp onto the back of your thighs or your shins or the soles of your feet and bring your knees down closer to your armpits here. Happy baby. Maybe rocking back and forth. It's really good to have a nice cushy mat like I do for happy baby. And then release that. Bring your knees to your chest, your forehead to your knees. Curl into a little ball. Tighten everything. Squeeze your eyes shut. Clench your teeth. Tense everything up. And then relax everything down. Going into Shavasana. So lower your legs. Maybe take up space on your mat. Legs are wide, maybe arms are wide, palms facing up. Lift your chest up and then lower it back down. Lift your head up and lower it back down. And relax and sink into your mat. And enjoy this time. Shavasana, corpse pose, signifying the death of our practice, the end of our practice. And breathe, and relax. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyes. Relax your jaw. Relax your throat, your shoulders, and your hips, and your legs. And allow your feet just to drop out to the sides. And relax. And enjoy a few minutes of stillness. Bring your awareness back to the room. Bring some movement back into your body by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe moving your head from side to side. Raise your arms up over your head and get a good full body stretch. Stretching your arms and legs in opposite directions. And then bend your knees and roll over to one side into a fetal position, using your bottom arm as a pillow. And let's hold it here for a few moments. No need to rush getting up. Using your top hand, push your mat away and come up into a comfortable seated position. Inhale your arms up and look up. And exhale, bring your arms down to your sides and look down. 2 more times. Inhale, arms up, gaze up. And exhale, arms down, gaze down. Inhale up. And exhale down. And then let's do some shoulder rolls. 3 times back. And 3 times forward. Bring your palms together at heart center. Lower your head. I hope this practice helps all the runners that watch it and practice it. I want to thank you for practicing with me today. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live a life of ease. Namaste.